What's up? This is Blue T 1400, and today I'm going to show you how to set up line art for coloring in Photoshop. Here's the piece of line art that I've brought in, and over here in the Actions palette are the two buttons that we're going to create to really streamline this process. So you can bring in a piece of line art, two buttons, and you're good to go and start coloring. Very first thing you need to do is create an action new set. Name it something you'll recognize. After you got your set, create a new action. This is the action 1. Click record. Very first thing to do, come up to here, to image, mode, and click on grayscale. Go ahead and discard all of your color. This technique only works for black and white line art. I think most line art is black and white, so it really shouldn't be that big of a problem. Come over to channels. There's a little ring down here. Click on the ring. Now what you've done is you selected all of the lines. Next thing to do is to duplicate this layer. Now I've left the original layer called layer 1. All the rest of these layers I'm actually going to name. This first layer is actually your outline. Once you've got that, go ahead and click delete. I'm going to pause this for a second and show you what I've done. What I've done is to remove all of the white from the outline layer, so you are left with only the outline. I'm going to turn this layer back on. Continue recording. Come down here, select layer 1. Now you're going to press Command-Shift-I and select the inverse. And stop that action. That ends it for action number 1. And what you want to do is you want to grab your magic or your quick selection tool. Just going to go real quick right around the outside of the figure and gather up all of this white space that you don't want, or that's not part of the actual drawing, including the stuff that's in here that if you just took the cursor and went around the edges, you wouldn't collect some of this stuff. Now after you've gotten that done, go ahead and tell it to record again. Well, excuse me, not record again. What you want is to create your second action. Record. Go ahead and click delete. And if you notice, all of the white on the outside is now gone. I'm going to pause it for a second. What you've actually done is you actually just have the white on the inside of the figure that you really want to color. Go ahead and press record again. And now we're going to tell it to lock all of the transparent pixels, which means that when you're coloring, you go outside of the figure, it doesn't color this. It will only color on the white. The last thing to do is duplicate this layer a couple of times. Now, the reason I do it a couple of times is that it's nice, if you want to do alternative colors. You have someone who wants it in red and green and blue and orange, just to look at the differences. It's also nice for blending options. Alright, click OK. Now, before we finish this up, come up here to mode. You can switch back to any color you like to work in, like RGB personally. Do not merge. It's going to ask you, tell it no. Very last thing to do, Command D to deselect. Click on your top color and tell it to stop recording. And you now have a piece of line art. Let's grab a random color here. And a brush. Let's see if you have a brush. You can color. Should be able to color. There we go. All day long, and it will not color outside of the lines. Thank you very much. This is Blue T signing out.